Hey, what's happening to you? Listen to Oz on Smash Bros. Radio, the only digital radio station in Jefferson County, Birmingham. Of course, we have to mention the state of Alabama, but anyway, it is in Birmingham. What's going on, folks? What's going on? It is the 27th of July. Can you believe that? The 27th, guys. 27th. We're about to be over with this year. About to come up on Thanksgiving. What is it? Memorial Day and then Thanksgiving and then next year. So, hey, hope you're having a good day. I appreciate you stopping in to see me and looking at myself. Damn, I look good to be 62. So what can you say? Hey, this is Smash Bros. Radio. Please like, share, and follow on Facebook, on Instagram, and also we have a YouTube channel now. So please check us out, like, share, follow, as well as tell your friends and family for us to like, share, and follow. Also, if you are an independent artist, and if you're not, but Smash Bros. Radio is in the community of uplifting and promoting independent artists. So if you are an independent artist, please check us out. On Saturdays, we have we have two programs, two podcasts, two station programs. So that will check us out. Smash Bros. Radio. Contact us if you wish for an interview. Contact us if you have any ideas of performing or whatever. We got you covered. We are a multi-motherfucking station. You understand? We got you done. Also, celebration to the Triple Threat Show as well as Cut Dog. They're winners of the Alabama Music Award 2022. So shout out to Triple Threat Show as well as to Cut Dog. So Alabama Music Awards 2022. Smash Bros. Radio was well represented at this beautiful, beautiful awards ceremony. We appreciate y'all. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Appreciate you. Got a lot going on. Got a lot going on. If you haven't, if this is your first time with me, understand that I am a promoter of Birmingham. I am always and will always be pro Birmingham. I will always and forever be pro veterans, pro old folk, elders, children. I will forever be that. Forever be that. So having said that, I'm just tired. I'm tired of the situation. I'm tired of what we are going through, but you get to the point to where you acknowledge exactly what you're going through. You accept what you're going through with the understanding that with that acceptance, there is going to be some type of solution or some type of remedy to you being tired. So I'm tired. Yes, I admit that I'm tired, but I'm going to come up with some type of solution. I'm going to come up with some type of remedy to make sure that this tiredness does not overcome me, overbears me, that I'm going to handle it, and the tiredness does not handle me. So, got a lot going on. Birmingham was the guest city for the World Game. It should have been understood. It should have been known that most, if not, let's say most, we can't say the majority because that's pushing it, most or some of the former host cities when it comes to the Olympics, as an example, lost money, lost buku money, a lot of money because of the expectations weren't there, and then because of the cost it took to apply for to be the hosting city. So it should have been known. I mean, yesterday on the show, it was very simple. I mean, it was as simple as this. Serious, how many cities lost during the Olympics?
Here's what I found.
As simple as that. 7 biggest financial disasters in modern history. In 1984, Los Angeles did something unusual. It hosted the Olympics and turned a profit. The Games generated a surplus of more than $200 million, something no other host city had done since 1932. The only other time was in Los Angeles hosted the other Olympics. Other cities have been unable to copy LA's model of success because the 1984 games were unique in many ways. The city was already equipped with enough facilities, so the planning committee only had to upgrade existing sports venue. Tehran, the other bidder, dropped out, removing the International Olympics Committee's unusual bargaining power. It was now on a level field with LA and had to negotiate accordingly. Plus, LA was already a major tourist hub, unlike other recent hosts whose isolation has proven problematic for drawing crowds and maintaining them once the games are over. So see, Los Angeles already had the facilities. Understand that. Understand that. Let me read that again to you. Let me read that to you again. Other cities have been unable to copy LA's model of success because the 1984 games were unique in many ways. The city was already equipped with enough of facilities, so the planning committee only had to upgrade existing sports venues. Understand that. Was already equipped, was already in the right place at the right time with the right facility. They had multiple sports venues. So they were able to make a profit. Let's see. The games went on to become an enormous economic flop, and this was due to Montreal to become an enormous economic flop, selling the city with a $1.5 billion in debt, thanks largely to the construction of the ear-starred Olympic Stadium. The Big O, now better known among Montreal's under not so affectionate nickname as the Big O. Where is it? Lake Placid lost. Japan lost. Athens lost. Vancouver lost. So other than LA, and LA was in a unique position. Understand this. Let's go back. Let's take a step back. LA was in a unique position because it already had the facilities. It did not have to build new facilities. So, yes, Birmingham allegedly lost money, but it should have been known, it should have been understood that there was a possibility of Birmingham losing money. But at the same time, it put us in a good position for future endeavors to come in, because now if, and the word is if, the city officials have learned from this, then they're able to make improvements on things that are already here. Now, yes, we have the old great lady, and that's Legion Field. For those of you who don't know, Legion Field is a historic football stadium in which, during the time you had the Iron Bowl, which was the competition between Auburn and Alabama, until those two schools built their own stadiums. It is now the home to the Magic City Classic, which is the competition between Alabama State and Alabama A&M. So you have the Gray Lady. Now we have a Tinker Tonker Stadium, which is really a slap, to be perfectly honest, which is really a slap. Because if, and I understand that if if the white folks, the people over the mountain, had understood the importance of having a multi venue complex, a stone stadium with multiple avenues, multiple venues in which we could bring more individuals in, we would have been set up perfectly fine. But because of the Tinker Tonker Stadium, that has limit what could and cannot be done. Now there have been speculations that the Magic City Classic should be there. You must be out of your goddamn minds. There is no way in hell that the entire populace, the entire growth, the individuals that come in for the Magic City Classic can even be housed at the Tinker Tonker white-owned stadium. And plus two, one thing that I'm tired of, and that's when you're thinking, well, I thought the show was about being tired. The thing that I'm tired about is that you have petty ass black politicians who kiss these white folks' asses, thinking that they're going to get an upgrade, but from a white standpoint, they're looking at you as being a traitor to your community. And if you're going to be a traitor to your community, eventually you're going to try to be a traitor to us. So we're going to keep you on a leash. We're going to keep you on a leash. We're going to throw you little straps, making you thinking that you're gaining something when in all actuality, you're not gaining anything because the power still lies within us. But see, you have these young individuals who, for whatever reason, have their heads up the WASP, which are the white Anglo-Saxon Protestant men's asses, and you're doing lap dances for them that you don't seem to understand. And the thing that really makes me tired and really makes me angry is that you are a young individual that is educated, that is articulate, and yet you do not understand, nor are you paying attention to what is happening or transpiring around you. I'm tired of Birmingham always compromising. I'm tired of Birmingham always having to step back. And I give you a good example. Why was Hoover even involved? Why was the plantation Hoover even involved in the World Games? Why were they involved? And did that revenue that was generated, did any of that money come back to Birmingham? No. And if I'm wrong, show me receipts. If I'm wrong, show me receipts. And see, that's one thing about it. I'm transparent and I want to learn. So if any time I make a statement and it is not correct, and you have documentation to prove to me that I was incorrect, show me the documentation, show me the receipt. I have no problem about, listen, I made a mistake, I need to back up, and I need to give you the correct mistake. I need to give you the correct information. I have no problem with that. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong, and I'm mature enough. People are shocked at that. I'm mature enough to go back and publicly state that I was wrong, and this is the correct information. So the revenue that was generated from those, I think it was the softball over at Hoover, the revenue that was generated from Birmingham, because Birmingham initiated it, did any of that revenue come back to Birmingham? And I would wager no. The same way that it came to that Tinker Tonker damn stadium that them white folks wanted for UAB. And understand, I despise UAB. I'm transparent. I despise UAB only in regards to the athletic department. UAB is a top-rated medical research university. That's what it's known for. Research in medicine, research in grants. Medicine, renowned worldwide. At one time was in the top 5 of outstanding research hospitals in the world. Top 5. Now, in the past, football was never enough to generate enough of money to even suffice itself, even to fund itself, because UAB is not known for football. It's known for basketball, and that's at one time it had a wonderful basketball team. That's what it's known for. But people have to understand UAB is under the umbrella of the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. And I purposely say that because the white folks or those individuals who have graduated, who are alumni of Alabama, they hate and they will correct you in a heartbeat, because I was tried to be corrected, because I unfortunately, because back then I didn't know any better, I made the mistake, and I was in the mall when the Galleria first built, and it was over there in the white folks section, over in Hoover, the plantation, which I don't go to anymore. I made the mistake and said that people were confused about UAB, UAH, and all, and so I tried to explain to them. I said, you have the University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa, and this white woman poked me in the back and corrected me in her little white sorority voice. Excuse me, it is the University of Alabama. There is not a University of Alabama in Tuscaloosa. That there is the University of Alabama. There is the University of Alabama in Birmingham. There is the University of Alabama in Huntsville. There is the University of Alabama. And I looked at the bitch just like, okay, fine. I'm going to Alabama State. So what do I care? What do I care? So, as you can see, I digress a lot. So you have this Tinker Tonker Stadium being built for these WASP, these white Anglo-Saxon Protestant men over 50 who were never good at any type of sports, trying to relive their glory years, which in our actuality is delusional, because there was never any type of glory, because they were piss poor athletes who have tried for years to get a football team, which they have finally raped, seduced, molested, whatever words you wish to use, to get the support to have this trumped up little team. Yes, they have run championship. Understand, I do not take anything away from them. Yes, they have won championship, but what type of caliber did those individuals win? What type of caliber? What type of athletic ability were the other teams? Were they more piss poor than UAB? So now you have this Tinker Tonker Stadium, which could have, woulda, should have been a dome stadium with multiple venues, multiple accessibilities to have more venues, more events, more programs. And so since you have this little Tinker Tonker stadium, the revenue that is generated from that stadium does not go to the city of Birmingham. And if I'm incorrect, please correct me. Please correct me. So see, I'm tired of Birmingham having these little wannabe big shot. But baby, you are a big fish in a small pond. Get your head out of the asses of these white men. Stop doing lap dances and start being the man that you can be. Start generating revenue for Birmingham, not for these white folks. Try to get some type of control from the BJCC, because from what I understand, that revenue is not even going to Birmingham. And again, I make the statement, I don't even understand how in the hell the plantation Hoover even got involved with even having a chance to host a team or a sport. I'm tired of individuals not doing what they're supposed to do. I'm tired of the veterans not receiving the benefits that they're supposed to receive. I'm tired of the elderly being overlooked. I'm tired of children not having any food to eat during the summer or even during school. I'm tired of not having facilities that we could have to make sure that the youth have places that they can go to entertain themselves, to wear themselves out, so that way there are no longer any shootings. I'm tired of these damn shootings. I'm tired of people just being just wrapped up in full anger and not having any type of responsibility, and you shoot and you kill these innocent individuals, especially individuals, period, but especially babies. I'm tired of individuals overlooking what the issues of Birmingham are. And we have major issues that we keep on covering. We keep on not focusing on. We put our heads in the sand thinking that everything is fine, but people, Birmingham is not okay. You still have two distinct groups, the same groups that were around during Reverend Fred Shuttlesworth's day. You still have those same groups here. And it's still being controlled by them white folks over the mountain. I'm tired. I'm tired. Now, those black families that are actively politically involved, how did you get your power initially? Initially, where did you get your power from? It wasn't from the black community. Them white folks. Sloths, Parisians, individuals, white individuals that were in power in Birmingham gave you the power. It's historically documented, but we don't want to talk about that. We don't want to talk about there's still the bougies who think they know everything and know nothing. And then you have the other individuals who are pro-code. They kosher, they good, but you're not okay. I'm tired of Birmingham always looking like the stepchild. There are no dummies in Birmingham. Never have been dummies. You just have some soft-ass individuals who would rather have the support from individuals who really don't give a happy got about you, because you're thinking that you have some type of prestige. It's delusional. Give you an example. I'm not of a clique. I don't belong to a clique. I'm independent. There ain't nothing that y'all can do to me. Nobody can do anything to me. If you want to try to take my program away from me, good, take the motherfucker. Take it. I still have TikTok, or was it I still have YouTube. I still have Instagram. I still have Facebook. And if you really pissed me off, all I have to do is to get in touch with one of my former students, Chauncey Kenyon, and I can ask Chauncey, I said, listen, I need a website so that way I can make some folks mad with me. And Chauncey will create me a web page, a website that will outdo any other website out there. So I digress again. So if you are looking for a company that can create a web page that will benefit your company or your endeavors or whatever, Chauncey Kenyon, Kinon, is the best individual to go to, because she can tell her what you want and she can do it. Now understand, you're going to pay the price for it, because none of my kids are cheap. Understand that. Anyone that I recommend, they ain't cheap. They ain't cheap. They're not supposed to be cheap, because the quality of work that you receive is better than best. Better than best. Understand that. So I'm tired of all these delusional attitudes like, yes, everything is not fine. As I have mentioned many times, multiple times, Mayor Langford already has set up for things to fall into place. Now, everybody says that, well, he started the Tinker Tonker. Okay, well, it could be that he was, but it's not. We didn't want that, and we're not pleased with that. It's like a strap of meat that you throw off to dogs. Now, see, I hate the word tolerate. You're not going to tolerate me. You're going to accept me, and you're going to respect me. You don't have to like me, but you're going to accept me, and you're going to respect me. This tolerate? There ain't no time no more for tolerate. You're going to tolerate me? You better tolerate your ugly ass mama. But you're not going to tolerate me no more. You're going to accept me. You're going to know that I'm here to stay. And you're going to give me the respect that I give you. So I'm tired. I'm tired of individuals not having what are the necessities, their needs. Now there are two, but I've come up with three endeavors that would propel Birmingham, Jefferson County, Alabama to serve as a beacon to other states, cities, and counties. One, the monorail system. Again. The monorail system. When Atlanta was hosting the Olympics, Mayor Langford had this idea of having a monorail system because, see, we had some of the participants, the athletes, training here in Birmingham. So if you had that monorail system that would travel from Birmingham to Atlanta, that would open accessibility to where those of us who wanted to work in Atlanta or to shop in Atlanta would have that accessibility to do that. Already had the funding, but because of just white folks being racist, because of a strong opinionated, that's what they call them, opinionated. He had an opinion. It wasn't opinionated. Black man to come up with the suggestion. They didn't want to put the money up. So now you have a chance to get the monorail system from Birmingham to Atlanta. And in regards to that, you have this Jefferson County, as well as other counties that will come together that will benefit from that monorail system going through those cities and towns, that will generate enough of revenue that can handle education, social services, can maintain the cities in those counties to where those counties will be able to have, community centers for the youth that can have activities, that can have social programs when it comes to the elderly, when it comes to the poor, when it comes to the veterans, when it comes to the children. That will pay for itself conservatively, let's say 10 years or less. 10 years or less. If it is being operating effectively, efficiently operated. Because it can pay for itself in 10 years, if not less. And then on top of that, there are white investors who are wanting to invest their money, their capital, in having a monorail system from Birmingham to Texas that will generate even more money from the west to the east counties. All you need is for the county commissioners to get together with the mayors of those cities, present the information to those legislators in Montgomery, then present it to the governor. The governor presents it to the representatives in D.C. But see, because of this little petty-ass bullshit that's going on between the Democrats and the Republicans, and understand they are twins. They're sleeping in the same bed. So I'm not putting the Democrats on any type of pedestal because, see, that's another thing that I'm tired of. I'm tired of the Democrats being these weak-ass little motherfuckers who don't seem to understand. The Republicans are not going to compromise with y'all. They don't really give a happy whatever about you. So the Democrats need to get up off of their little weak asses. They need to push themselves. They need to sell themselves. This is the time to turn the tide. In November, you have all of these things that are transpiring. You have the abortions that have been limited, that have been stopped. Then it goes back to the states. So see, that's why I keep telling you, it's best that you start at home. Get elected at home. Get elected to go to Montgomery to make those rules, to make those changes in Montgomery. Because if the Supreme Court is giving the states the rights to make their own decisions, well, then flood the legislators. Put more Democrats or put more individuals who have common sense. See, this is the time also that the Electoral College can be abolished. There's no reason to have the Electoral College anymore. The Electoral College was beneficial back a long time ago when there was no transportation. It was not accessibility to go to Washington. So you had to have the electors that can travel. You don't need it no more. There's no reason for there to be Electoral College. Vote for the president just like you do for everybody else. Eliminate, eradicate the Electoral College. The Democrats can do this, but they don't want to. So I'm tired of that. But let's go back to Birmingham. So you have this monorail system that can go from Birmingham to Atlanta, Birmingham to Texas. That will basically fund revenue for South Alabama. Then you have the Port of Birmingham. The Port of Birmingham will create or generate enough of revenue to supply Alabama the revenue that it needs to update its social services when it comes to the veterans, when it comes to the elderly, when it comes to the poor, when it comes to education, when it comes to maintaining the infrastructure of Alabama. It can be done. The Army Corps of Engineers can come in. They can dredge the Tom Bigby Waterway. And if you don't know what the Tom Bigby Waterway is, this is a time to learn Alabama history, which is another thing that I'm tired of. It's time for civics to be put back into the classrooms. It's time for Alabama history to be put back in into the schools. Civics and the history of Alabama. True history, not this watered down white stuff that wants to be proposed. True Alabama history. The pure, unadulterated history of Alabama. That needs to be brought back. So now you have the monorail system that will, from Birmingham to Atlanta, Birmingham to Texas, that will fund or create enough of revenue for the southern counties. Then you have the Port of Birmingham that would generate the revenue to suffice to maintain the coffers of Alabama, to where you could have lights up and down the interstate, all over the state, all these lighted up streets. You can fund education, you can fund retirement, you can fund every social service that you can come up with. But in the forefront, the veterans have to be taken care of, the elderly have to be taken care of, the poor have to be taken care of, and the children have to be care of. And for just some Alabama history, don't be in the Constitution of Alabama, it is not the state's responsibility to educate the children of Alabama. It is not the responsibility from the Constitution that we have now. From the Constitution that we have now, the 1901 Constitution, it is not the state's responsibility to educate the children of Alabama. Look it up. If I'm wrong, let me know. But I'm right. So I'm tired of people not coming together as one. I don't care if you're a Republican. I don't care if you're a Democrat. I don't care if you're an independent. I don't care if you're green. I don't give a happy whatever. As long as you come together to take care of the individuals in Alabama. Now, I love my state. And the only reason why we are a Republican or red state is because of gerrymandering. That's the only reason why we're a red state, because of gerrymandering. And because of those individuals that hold positions of power being Republicans they're not going to release their power. So that's why they're fighting so hard to keep their power. Allegedly, the reason why we are a red state is because, allegedly, Joe Reed met with the Republican Party. He made an agreement that if you would allow Alabama to have at least one black congressional district, we'll give the Republicans the power. And the first black congressman was Earl Hilliard. And that's where the problem started. That's where the problem started. So it was because of Joe Reed allegedly meeting with the Republican Party, and they're coming up with this agreement, this behind the door, back in the back agreement. That's why we're gerrymandering. That's why we're a red state. So with all this revenue coming in, everybody can get a piece of the pie. The black belt counties would have enough of money to fund education so that way their students, their kids, can have the same type of programs that those white kids have, like Hoover and Vestavia, Mountain Brook, and Homewood. Because you would generate enough of money to fund education to the level that it's supposed to be. So you have the monorail system, you have the Port of Birmingham. But Birmingham is in a good position because it has a third project that it can create, and that is the Olympic pool over at the Sportsplex. You can create an environment, a venue to which is state of the art, to have teams from out of state, out of the nation, to come over to train. So you create this venue in which those that are in water sports that can come over and train, make it a state of the art. And if it's marketed correctly, just like the Jones Golf Course, because Alabama retirement system has the Jones golf course, and it generates a lot of money. So if everything is marketed correctly, effectively, it would pay for itself in 10 years. See, all these projects will pay for itself in 10 years. So I'm tired. I'm tired of individuals who are much smarter than I am, that will not get off of their asses to generate this revenue that is needed to bring a Wi-Fi or broadband system to Alabama, to Jefferson County, to Birmingham, that everybody has accessibility to have Wi-Fi. I'm tired of not having these businesses coming into Birmingham because of not having Wi-Fi that would generate the capital, that generate the revenue, that will put more money in. And does Birmingham have a grant writer? And if it doesn't, I'm tired of individuals not coming up with ways to generate enough of grants coming in, because you don't have an individual who is an expert or has an expertise in writing grants. So I'm tired of these attitudes in this black community, because you have these two groups. I'm tired of having these individuals who are name brand, and that's who I call these new kids, these new groups of individuals that ride on the coattails of their relatives, that have stellar relationships and stellar works in the community, but these young folks aren't doing anything. They're just carrying their name, and they're tarnishing the name of their relatives. I'm tired. I'm tired of preachers in these wearing all this gaudy ass stuff. You have a poor church, but yet you driving around with a Jaguar, you driving around in a Cadillac, you wearing all this jewelry. And if you have a second job, that's cool. But you are a man of God, supposedly. You're not supposed to be of the world. You're supposed to be a part, away from the world. I'm not saying living poor. I'm not saying that. But there's a certain reputation, there's a certain appearance that you should have if you're a Word of God. And if you allow your congregation to buy you these Jaguars, to buy you these Cadillacs, and you know that the majority of your congregation are poor and are elderly, and you're accepting it, you're going to hell. And you should go to hell. You should bust hell wide open. You should bust it wide open. There's no reason. I'll give you a good example. When I started as Birmingham in '88, primarily you had, there were more churches, but really there was two churches. You had 6th Avenue Baptist Church, and you had Sardis. Now, I was told when I came up here in 1988 that if I wanted to advance at the board, that I needed to belong to Sardis. I needed to belong to 6th Avenue, because 6th Avenue was a bougie-ass church. It had John Porter, which was an arrogant little son of a, anyway, very arrogant, very pompous. And so I went over there, and I felt out of place because I had a hoopty. I didn't have a fashionable car. And then you had all these bougie-ass individuals with all these nice cars, and they worked down at the board. Then I went to Sardis, which was a historical church too, because Reverend Samuel Pettigrew was a protege of Dr. Martin Luther King. Very humble, very homey, very welcoming church. Two stark distinctions. Both historically involved, both historically inclined, both prominent. Two different attitudes. These bourgeois and these individuals who were welcoming. Pastor P didn't drive a Cadillac. Pastor P wasn't showy. Pastor P wasn't arrogant. Pastor P wasn't pompous. He was accessible. Pompous Porter, big old fat man. And the reason, indirectly I had an experience with Pompous Porter, because they had, since I graduated from state, you had something dealing with state. And one of my former professors was there as a speaker. And so when I was talking to her, and we were just revisiting the things when I was on campus, Pompous Porter came and turned her around, looked at me up and down, turned his back on me, did not even say anything to me. Very rude, very pompous, very obnoxious. Because he had held this position for so long, he thought that he was the main rooster. And I guess in his head, and his congregation allowed him to have this little pompous, little obnoxious attitude. So, I'm tired of all these little delusional attitudes. Birmingham, Alabama can be the best there is. It's got to quit allowing these white folks who don't live in Birmingham, who are not in Jefferson County, but most importantly, do not live in Birmingham, to stop allowing them to make decisions when it benefits those of us in Birmingham. I'm tired of the veterans not being looked after, not receiving the benefits they rightfully deserve. They gave their lives, they gave their time, they gave their energy willingly, forfeiting their family to do what they felt was best for their country. But yet when they came back, you had those individuals who were not even in the service to treat them badly. And now they can't receive the benefits that are rightfully theirs because you have a party, a Republican Party, who claims to be pro-police, pro-veterans, pro-family, that are not. They're lying. I'm tired of lies. I'm tired. These veterans and these poor-ass individuals vote for these Republicans because they believe in these lies. Republicans have never supported anybody but themselves. They don't care anything about veterans. They don't care anything about the poor. They don't care anything about the family. They don't care anything about they don't care. Veterans should have the benefits they rightfully deserve. There should be some things that veterans do not have to do. They shouldn't have to pay taxes if they are eligible, if they meet certain qualifications that are level. Because every veteran should not receive the same benefits because of their circumstance, because of the situation. The elderly needs to be looked after. The poor need to be looked after. And that brings another point. Where's the money that was allocated, that was granted to build these homeless shelters? Where's that money? Where's the money? I'm tired of big mega white churches such as the Church of the Clanlands, the Church of the Highlands, being able to have accessibility to build all of these racist ass temples, these churches and all. I think a forensic audit should be done on their books to find out where the money's going and where the money is coming from. The same way down there at City Hall, I think there should be a forensic audit being done on the books to find out where's the money that was given for these shelters for the homeless. Where's the money? There should be an accountability. There should be a transparency of where the money is. And how much money did Birmingham lose from hosting the World Games? I'm tired of churches not paying their fair share. Churches should be taxed. Churches should be taxed. Churches should be taxed. Churches should be taxed. Past time. It's time to change. And I keep telling you that this change that we're going through is going to take 20 years. And you say, now, can't be. It's going to be 20 years. You still have Corvette out there. You still have Karens out there. You still the orange tangerine idiot Trump out there. You still have the Republicans doing their underhanded stuff out there. You still have black men being shot 60-something times. You still have blacks being profiled. You still have all these little weird, well, you can't have this type of hair. You can't have this type of style. This is not a culture. 20 years. Now you got monkeypox. Now you got Corvette that's revamping itself. 20 years. 20 years. I'm 62 now. When I turn 82, I pray and hope there's some type of relief. Look at the gas. Look at the food. Look at the quantity of food that's in the stores. All of these changes should have been made a long time ago because of accessibility. Now you have the infrastructure that needs to be rebuilt. There are pipes in Birmingham that needs to be replaced. The sewer system needs to be rectified because I have a problem with me paying sewer when those are not on the sewer are not paying. My bill for water is $224, and I got to find out why. So my bill has jumped from $170 to $224, and I've been paying my bill every day, every month. So see, I'm not like these other individuals. Well, I haven't received a bill, so I'm not going to pay. You stupid! If you have been in your residence for over 2 years, you know pretty much how your water bill runs. Send that money in. Well, I don't know if they're going to. I don't know if it's going to be accounted. You have a record. All you have to do is show the record that, listen, I already paid this bill. So how are you going to rectify it? So you stupid. Had that stupid white man on there. Well, I'm not going to pay because I haven't received a bill in 6 months. You haven't paid a water bill in 6 months? You stupid. Turn it off. Turn it off. If you have been in your residence for over 5 years, you know exactly how your water bill runs. There's no reason for you not to send money in. And then if you're like me, I pay everything on bill pay. So I have a record of when it goes out. So if by chance they say you didn't pay, all you have to do is go to your bank. All you have to do is go to a computer, print out to where you have paid, where it shows where you paid, take it down to the water. Yes, it's going to take time, but you paid. See, I'm tired of stupidity. I'm tired of individuals not doing what they're supposed to do. There's no reason for us not to be in the shape that we're in, because if the COVID was handled like it was supposed to initially, we wouldn't even be in this position. President Obama already had the blueprint, already had a playbook on how to handle pandemics. He had 3 during his administration. Look it up. If I'm wrong, let me know. And we didn't even know about it because it was handled correctly, because the experts were handling the situation. Orange Tangerine idiot could have maintained the playbook to understand how to handle the pandemic. And again, the United States could have been closed down. Every family in the United States could have been given some type of check to suffice until COVID was taken under control. It could have been done. I'm tired of stupidity. I'm just tired of being tired. I'm tired of my kids being shot. I'm tired of my kids being homeless. I'm tired of my kids not having a place to go. I'm tired of not having enough of community centers to take care of my kids. I'm tired of my parents having to work 2 and 3 jobs because they can't make ends meet, because one of those checks is going towards gas. A 1.5 checks is going towards groceries. And I have the utmost admiration and respect for these parents nowadays, because I cannot even imagine what you have to go through when you have a child or children that are in multiple activities and you having to pay gas, and then you have teenagers at home from school. You should have 3 refrigerators. You should have one for the family that is forbidden for anyone other than the adults to touch. Then you should have a refrigerator for the teenagers and the young kids. Listen, this is your refrigerator. These are your snacks. These are whatever you wanted. Now you eat all of this up before the next paycheck, well, then you're going to go without. Do not touch this. Then you should have a refrigerator with all the juices, all the beverages, whatever, to maintain those teenagers. I cannot even imagine what parents have to go through. There's no reason for parents having, or the middle class having to be straddled with all these problems. The middle class can't even handle their own problems effectively, much less come up and handle everybody else's problems. And history dictates that every revolution that you've ever had was started by the middle class. Look it up and let me know. It can be done. I'm tired. And I know if I'm tired, being old ass as I am, being retired on a fixed income, I know the parents are tired. I know the parents are tireder than I am. I know the middle class is tired. It took $77 to fill up my truck. $77. $77 that was not in my budget. And I had to go without. That's just life. Thank goodness I had a grandmama or I had grandparents that were raised during the Depression that taught me well. I know how to make ends meet. It may not be what I want to eat, but at least I have a full stomach. And because of doing without and being more wiser in my choices when it comes to what I eat. I've lost 10 pounds. Praise Jesus. I'm going to continue losing weight. So I'm tired. I'm tired. I know you're tired. But we got to go on. We got to go on because we got it. We have the tenacity. We have the motivation. We have the determination. We know how to do it, and we're going to do it. I got you. I know you. You can do this. Yes, it's hard. Yes, 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 yes. But we got to do it. We got to do it. You got to take a deep breath. Inhale. And then exhale. Inhale. And then exhale. Then take the last one. Take a deep breath. Hold it. Then exhale slowly. Then just scream, fuck it. This too will pass. But we can do it. We can do it. We've done it before, but not in this type of environment. But we can do it. We can do it. I know you can do it. I got faith. I believe in you. I have faith in you. And God knows I love the hell out of you. But we can do this. But we have to think about the next generation. And I'm tired of these NAACP. I'm tired of SCLC not having these young people to come in to educate these young people, to be mentors to these young people, to let them know that this is what you have to do when I'm gone. To give them the knowledge to know that they can carry the torch even more vigorously than what was done before. Because it can be done. I got faith in this generation. I know this generation is tired. Because that's why they're asking these questions that are scaring individuals. They won't change. They won't change now. They ain't got time for folks to say, well, we'll see. No, we ain't got time to see. It's now. We want it now. We're demanding. We're demanding. You're not going to tolerate me no more. You're going to accept and you're going to respect me. You're going to give me what is mine. So, what y'all think? Think I'm out of line? If I am, let me know. Tell me how I'm out of line. You can find me on TikTok, OZZz1960. You can find me on Instagram, OZZz_show. You can find me on Facebook, OZZz3Zs. And also you can find me on Facebook, all lowercase, straight across, no spaces, the AMs with Humes. You can find me also on YouTube, OZZz. Please like, share, follow. I'm here for you. Hey, if you got any type of events, any type of organizations, if you're campaigning, if you're a community leader, I'm here for you. My platform's open to you. I'm here for you. Smash Bros Radio is an independent digital radio station. They promote, they uplift, they give a venue, they give an avenue to independent artists. Please take advantage of us. We're here for you. Also, we're a multitask radio station. We got you. Just contact us. Go to Smash Bros Radio Facebook. Also, you can find us on the app. We have an app, Smash Bros app, for iPhone as well as Android. So find us. I will see you tomorrow. I appreciate you coming in. Know your value. Know your worth. Know that you are the one that controls everything about you. Know that it's because of you that you're here. Reach for the skies. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Peace. The live stream on the show. On the show. The live stream. On the show. The live stream. On the show. fumes. The live stream on the show.